Hi everyone, just a quick one today for the weekend report. I have been sitting with my cat who's not been well. She's very old. I think a lot of you may have met or heard of Bella. She's nearly 20, a very beautiful Persian chinchilla, dear family member of mine. Yeah, I've just been kind of like laying with her and crying on her, and she doesn't really understand. So I thought I'd make this video quickly. Um, she's had way more than 9 lives, so I'm hoping that when I take her to the vet shortly, she will have another iteration, another bounce back. But yeah, I don't want her to be suffering. So yeah, I'm not really in my usual mindset right now. A little bit emotional, but yeah, I wanted to quickly just take you through the astrology of the weekend to do what I said I would do. I like to do that. So the weekend starts with the moon in Gemini on Saturday. That is coming up to square Neptune early on Saturday. This might mean that it's a slow start and that, you feel like leaning into just going with the flow, fantasy, just really not achieving a lot. What you try to do might not really come off as well as you like. Neptune tends to kind of dissolve and scatter things. So it's good to sort of maybe take it easy on Saturday morning. The best laid plans of mice and men, are up to go astray, and that's the vibe of Neptune. Mercury may very well, or Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury, may very well have plans, and Neptune may very well distort those a little bit early on Saturday. So just have a lay in, go easy. It's a good time to just play some music and take your time. The energy will shift out into Cancer. The moon will move into Cancer for the rest of the weekend, and we have a very watery, sensitive weekend, which feels very fitting for me. It's actually my 6th house in my birth chart, which is the house of pets. Yes, so there's lots of interesting astrological symbolism at the moment for my chart with Bella, which I might very quickly share with you. I have to take her to the vet any second. But we can see here, the moon is moving up to square Saturn, which is in this chart here. This is the moon in the 12th house of sadness and loss, moving up to Saturn, who's traditionally connected to death. Plus, Saturn rules the 8th house, which is the house of death. And that's not a great testimony for this going very well today at the vet. The other thing that's interesting about the chart, though, and I'm sort of sharing this just to demonstrate astrology in action today, is that the cusp of the 8th house, which is the house of death, has got the degree very close to my rising sign. So this sort of personalizes the topic of death for me. And you see this Pluto in there, which is squaring my natal moon, who is the ruler of my 6th house in my birth chart, which is the house of pets. So there's lots of interesting symbolism. It's not a very happy chart, that one. And so I'm not sure if I can be hoping for a good outcome here. But let's go back to Saturday. So the energy for Saturday, we have Cancerian energy. Okay, we have cardinal water. Okay, if you want to push through on a project or you want to do something fresh and new, but something aligned with your emotional needs at the time, with your feelings and emotions, then this is a good vibe for that. It's a good vibe to spend quality time. It's a good time to be with nearest and dearest, for family events, for things that are close to your heart. It's great to be around water. I'm actually going on a little weekend away. I'm really looking forward to being by the sea. So that should be perfect if you're planning any water adventures. That's definitely the vibe of the weekend. On Sunday morning, early hours, we will have the moon square Mars. And Mars is the ruler, or Mars rules things like conflict, but it can also be indicative of for making a change or breaking a habit or shifting out of something that has become stuck. So it can be quite powerful energy for stepping into fresh new things. If you have anything in early degrees of cardinal signs, you might notice this more. It's good to keep it calm. And anyway, as we move through Sunday, that energy will begin to separate and soften. So I don't think the conflict will be a theme across most of Sunday. But yeah, the energy is definitely soft, gentle, even reclusive energy. And so there's nothing wrong with just staying home, putting on a movie, making yourself a hot chocolate, and shutting out the world. That's the Cancerian crab. Retreating back into the shell kind of energy. So I'm just going to leave it at that. That's all I've got for you. I've got to go to the vet and take my dear baby there. So yeah, wish us luck. And I will see you hopefully for a more thorough forecast on Monday.